Welcome back, Indie Champions. Today, I'm about to take you on a whirlwind tour through the absolute best 3D platformers the indie world has to offer. If you thought the glory days of creative, quirky, and heart-pounding platformers were stuck in the past, think again. I've dug deep to uncover 8 incredible indie games that reinvent what it means to jump, sprint, and soar through wild digital worlds. Trust me, you don't want to miss this list. Get ready for platforming gems, childhood throwbacks, wild speedruns, and some of the weirdest, most wonderful characters you'll ever meet. Ready to shake off those AAA expectations and dive straight into pure, unfiltered indie magic? Let's jump right in! Starting things off, there's a game that's pure nostalgia, wrapped in charm and stuffed with delightful surprises. A Hat in Time lets you play as Hat Kid, a pint-sized space explorer on a quest to collect magical timepieces for her spaceship. Each world in this game explodes with color and imagination, from bustling cityscapes to creepy forests full of secrets, quirky residents, and silly side quests. The best part? Moving through these levels just feels fantastic. Double jumps, wall runs, and an ever-growing collection of magical hats give you new abilities to solve puzzles and outsmart foes. The controls are smooth as butter, making even tough sections fun to master. But what really makes this one special is its heart. The writing is witty and full of lovable oddballs, and the soundtrack is catchy enough to stick in your head for days. There's a ton of replay value too, with wild mods and fresh content from the community, not to mention a multiplayer mode for sharing the chaos. Sure, there are a few camera quirks, and the optional Death Wish DLC will test even seasoned players, but whether you're chasing retro memories or just looking for pure platforming joy, A Hat in Time should be at the top of your list. Switching up the pace, Neon White injects turbocharged energy and lightning-fast movement into the genre. In this adrenaline rush of a first-person platformer, you race through the clouds of heaven as White, a dead assassin searching for redemption. Instead of typical platforming tools, Neon White hands you an arsenal of cards, which can be unleashed as powerful weapons or burned for crazy movement tricks. Think double jumps through glass, mid-air dashes, and weirder surprises. Each tight, replayable level encourages you to find faster lines, compete for leaderboard dominance, and experiment with card combos for maximum efficiency. Even if you've never tried speedrunning, Neon White makes you feel like a pro, thanks to fluid controls that encourage flow state mastery and a thumping Machine Girl soundtrack that ratchets up the hype. The narrative and dialogue lean heavily into over-the-top anime drama. Sometimes cringy, but it definitely adds its own quirky flavor. Most players find themselves skipping cutscenes to jump right back into that one more try loop of adrenaline-fueled improvement. For anyone who's hooked on tight movement, leaderboard rivalries, or innovative twists on platforming, Neon White is a fresh, electric must-play you'll find tough to put down. On the hunt for attitude and seriously cool vibes? Bomb Rush Cyberfunk brings it in buckets, throwing you into the slick streets of New Amsterdam, where you join Red and the crew for an all-out turf war. From the second you start, it's all about style. Chain insane skate, BMX, or inline tricks, rack up stratospheric combos, and paint your tag on every inch of the city while dodging trouble from local law enforcement. There's a sense of momentum and flow in the traversal that makes even just moving around wildly addictive, and the cel-shaded visuals paired with the infectious soundtrack give the whole game a wildly fresh and rhythmic energy. A single run through the campaign may be quick, but Bomb Rush Cyberfunk loads in tons of replayability with secret collectibles, trick challenges, and an exploding modding community that's constantly creating new maps and even multiplayer experiences. Fans who loved Jet Set Radio will see the inspiration, but make no mistake, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk stands as a modern classic all on its own. The combat might be a bit shallow, and the narrative isn't especially deep, but the movement, music, and unstoppable urban attitude will keep you spinning back for another session well after the credits roll. If you want to get lost in a city alive with beats, creativity, and rebellion, don't skip this ride. Now, if you're feeling brave, White Knuckle will truly put you through your paces. Here, you're plunged into the shadowy depths of an underground megastructure, racing vertically upwards in a high-stakes battle against gravity, traps, and your own reflexes. Every leap, handhold, and tool feels rewarding to master. This is a platformer obsessed with the art of climbing, and it absolutely nails the terrifying, invigorating feeling of fighting for every inch of progress. There's no shortcut through upgrades. Every victory comes from hands-on learning and nerves of steel. What's really remarkable is how White Knuckle makes each run uniquely personal. Your own skill improvement becomes the real reward. The hostile biomes all feel haunting and mysterious, amplified by a moody, industrial soundscape that keeps your heart pounding. Thanks to regular updates and a dedicated community, new secrets, hazards, and biomes are continually popping up, making sure the experience stays fresh and unpredictable. It's brutally tough and often punishing, especially when a misstep sends you tumbling from dizzying heights, but that makes each hard-earned triumph all the more exhilarating. For anyone seeking a pulse-pounding, skill-centric roguelite, this is one climb worth conquering again and again. Sometimes you want a game that's all about happiness and low-pressure wonder, and Lil Gator Game absolutely nails that vibe. You play as Lil Gator, a bright-eyed little adventurer loose on an island that's pure playground. No fail states, no baddies, just a colorful world packed with friendly animal NPCs and all sorts of silly, wholesome quests. The central story about trying to win back a sibling's attention is heartfelt, but the real joy is in exploring. Bounce, slide, swim, and even sled down rivers on your trusty shield, all while being wrapped in cartoon visuals and a bouncy, uplifting soundtrack. Perfectly cozy and accessible, Lil Gator Game can easily be finished in a relaxed couple of days. But the spirit of carefree play sticks with you much longer. The gameplay loop pushes you to keep experimenting, climbing trees, gliding off cliffs, and filling your journal with funny memories. While some might wish for an in-game map or more late-game stuff to collect, it doesn't take away from the game's powerful sense of nostalgia and feel-good energy. If you're in need of a chill escape that celebrates creativity and the magic of make-believe, dive in and let Lil Gator steal your stress away. If you really want to test your platforming prowess, don't miss the wild movement and strange magic of Pseudoregalia. Here, you control Sybil through Castle Sansa, a sprawling maze of foggy, low-poly rooms straight out of a PS1 dream. This isn't your regular hop-and-bop adventure. The heart of this game is in unlocking and mastering new movement options, then using them to leap across what seem like impossible gaps, scale daunting towers, and exploit every possible shortcut. Creative players will find ways to break the intended path, opening up thrilling new ways to traverse the world. The visuals are pure retro, full of chunky models and atmospheric, mysterious environments, perfectly paired with a soundtrack that sets a dreamy, even haunting mood. There's some combat and boss battles, but the main event is discovering how your growing skill set lets you sequence break, experiment, and make every traversal your own personal challenge. Sometimes getting lost in the look-alike rooms can be frustrating, and there's not a lot of story detail. But for fans of movement-based Metroidvanias, it's a refreshing change of pace. Short, punchy, and packed with clever tricks, you'll be thinking about the next big jump long after you finish. If you're just after some good vibes and easy smiles, Alpaca Stacka might be the comfiest pick of the bunch. This charming mini-adventure sees you as Paz, a fluffy alpaca roaming a bright pastel island in search of lost chicks for Mama Hen. The controls are super simple, just stroll and hop until your little feathery stack is complete, and the only real enemy here is a sneaky squirrel named Streusel who pops up to add a sprinkle of mischief to your peaceful quest. Alpaca Stacka is pure, distilled positivity. No danger, no stress, just a perfectly mellow soundtrack and environments so cute you can't help but relax. Anyone can play it, whether you're a little kid or just a kid at heart, and the whole thing wraps up in under half an hour. You might find yourself wishing it was a bit longer or deeper, but the totally stress-free adventure and delightful presentation make it the perfect palate cleanser between longer, more intense games. Sometimes, what you need most is a window of pure happiness, and that's exactly what you'll find here. And finally, let's blow up the scale, shrink down the protagonist, and jump into the inventive world of Tinykin. This clever game turns a regular house into a sprawling vertical playground, seen from the eyes of Milo, a pint-sized astronaut. By collecting and commanding different types of Tinykin, some can stack high, others explode barriers, and some help carry huge objects, you reshape environments, open new paths, and solve ingenious puzzles that transform everyday clutter into fresh platforming adventures. Tinykin's level design is an absolute masterclass. Loads of secret nooks, collectibles, and creative challenges for platformer fans of all ages, wrapped in eye-catching 2D characters wandering beautiful 3D backdrops. There's no combat or time limit, so you're free to go wherever your curiosity leads, making it ideal for stress-free play sessions or completionist deep dives. Some might wish for a more detailed map or an easier way to hunt down those elusive last collectibles, but the game's warm-hearted tone and simple, satisfying mechanics make it both a perfect family game and a chill adventure for adults needing a break from heavy action. Whether you love puzzle solving, charming world building, or just exploring from a whole new angle, Tinykin is one you can't miss. And there you have it, 8 brilliant 3D indie platformers that prove you don't need a AAA budget to create jaw-dropping worlds, wild mechanics, and truly unforgettable experiences. Whether you're craving a nostalgia trip, an adrenaline-fueled challenge, or a wholesome escape brimming with charm, there's something here for every kind of player. If you think I missed your favorite, or you found the next hidden gem, drop me a comment below so I can add it to my own playlist. See you in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.